Hello there, welcome back. Last time Italy left the Holy Roman Empire, which means they're basically a tasty treat for me if I ever want to eat them. And trust me, I will. And also this actually paves the way to get to Vienna a lot quicker. I checked the achievement. It's Vienna, Berlin, and Muscovy, so I'm going to still have to conquer quite a lot of land, but it should be very easy to do so. Now the funny thing is, if Brescia has actually handed it, or if the Roman Empire had Brescia, I'm pretty sure the Italy wouldn't fire. Probably Romania too, but still, it could have been prevented, which it wasn't, and I'm very happy about that. Now, also, the funny thing here is that if should the Ottomans or should Austria actually inherit Hungary, the Ottomans will most likely tear them a new one. So that's awesome as well. But it's time to fight Aragon, I think, because they've been very kind here, and basically had their Savoyan allies have run off to fight the evil hordes beyond. So for the time being, I'll just wait for my troops here to, well, they're actually up to max again. Because again, Savoy is a war with Aachen, Utrecht, Cologne, Holland, Nassau, Gela, Flanders, and Frankfurt. And these guys are all at least Savoy, Trey, and Clev, so they'll win. They'll definitely win. And again here, I can easily beat Aragon. But I do want to do two things first. I want to fabricate a claim on two of Naples' provinces, Cosenza and Calabria, or Cosenza and Calabria, because I need them. I want them. I crave them. And basically it will be more helpful that way, and I could probably just have Bohemia go and deal with Naples. So for the time being, we'll sit back and relax and just have basically claims finish, and then we'll go after Aragon. The claims here perish in 1502, so I have plenty of time before I need to declare war. And of course, we'll also probably very soon start fabricating claims on Portugal and Castile again, because I definitely need and want to take Portugal down a couple of notches for vassalization purposes later. For now, however, we'll just sit down and wait, and hopefully the claims will be done very, very soon. Considering also it's going to take some time to both wage war and get everything done, we're going to take the first humanist idea here, tolerance, religious unity plus 25%. And next one will be very good, local traditions, which will give national address -2, as well as plus 10 to national tax modifier, which will also, of course, be very, very helpful. Now, the fabrication of claims is basically almost done here, so we're going to go up max maintenance again. And we're still earning a lot of money, so we're perfectly fine in that regard. France gets Byzantine influx, technology cost -10%, and it's going to last for 30 years. Now, we're going to take this, because again, I'm done with my diplomatic ideas. I'm going to have to try and catch up there. I do probably like it for military one, and again, it's just 80 points. I'll probably save it in during those 30 years, and I think I'll be better off. So we'll just take that. I might have to focus on admin tech a little bit too, just to take advantage of it while I have the modifier. So with that said, we'll wait until January, then we'll, February, and then we'll declare war. Because Savoy still, Savoy actually just ended up in a very promising situation for us here. As you can see, their stack is here, and it's been highly damaged. Austria will actually join us right now. Austria will join us in this well, highly sought after journey. Savoy won't even join right now, so it's perfectly fine. It's the perfect time to attack. I would actually call in Naples as a co-belligerent, and I'm going to do that, because Naples is currently in a situation where they can't really do much of anything. And judging by that, I'm actually going to take Salerno as well. Just take all three of these. Of course, depending on how pissed people will get, it might not be the best of ideas, but I think it can work. So let's just start the fabrication of a claim on Salerno, not Salento, and we'll call this guy back home for now. Again, if I can get a vassal in England, it will definitely set me up, or Ireland, to be perfectly frank. It will set me up neatly, so I don't have any concerns. But with this, I can just focus on basically Aragon on my own, and I can just leave everything else in the capable hands of my allies. So we'll move our troops to the targeted area, and we'll see how this turns out. I think we will get a pretty swift and quick victory here. Again, it's just so far Naples and Aragon. And again, we did drag into the war both Austria and Bohemia, so there's no reason for us to get concerned. They should win this pretty quickly. Of course, if we lose Lucania, that's just let's be honest, that's to be expected. I did not expect us to keep Lucania by no stretch at all. I did not expect my guys here to lose though, because of me not paying attention, but we did. And again, I'm just going to go ahead, double attack, and we will destroy that army pretty much right away, hopefully. We did. Unfortunately, I can't actually move inland here because of fortresses. So we'll go ahead and put the guy here who actually has a siege point, and we'll put him in charge of the siege, and we'll have these guys just hang back, because as you can see, I actually have to wait. The funny thing, can I actually walk through Castile to get here? Nope. So for the time being, we'll just have to wait, and the sieges will continue on their own. And hopefully, I was hoping for my allies to go for, of course, let's put Bohemia and Austria down here. Hungary too, for that matter. I was hoping for these guys to go for Naples and Ferrara. Funnily enough, Ferrara is actually, in theory, a target since it's no longer part of the Holy Roman Empire. But for the time being, we'll sit back and wait, and hopefully, we'll be able to do something very, very soon. I'm a little bit unsure if it'll actually cost me any points taking anything from Naples, but I doubt it. So we're just going to go ahead quickly here and take diplomatic tech full, trade range plus 10, and I can now build a marketplace. Let's see what the benefits of a marketplace would be right now. If I add a marketplace here, there we go. It would give me local trade power plus 50%. So it's a fairly useful building, I dare say, but we'll have to see just how useful it can be. For now, however, we'll just focus on sieging, and we'll be back very, very soon. So Savoy just joined, which is probably something they're going to regret, especially considering there was the third tier army right next to them. It's basically just going to be more money for me, to be perfectly honest. I don't expect much else. We also have, as you can see, armies currently working in, well, on Naples. That's good. And Saragossa just fell, which means that our armies can now move forwards into aggressiveness here, and hopefully take down our enemies' well, forces and land, which, to be perfectly frank, shouldn't be a problem at all. I'm very interested, though, that some of these armies actually decided to run, well, in completely other directions than what I would expect, but I guess that's just how things go sometimes. Now, again, Savoy will probably lose pretty quickly. I am very tempted to send these two armies here to help, but it seems like they'll run between their allies, which of course is a big problem to some degree. We have Castile separatists here, that it could be an issue. We have these guys that could be an issue, so I have to be aware of that too. I'll not be taking the idea just yet. I need the points for a lot. I mean, let's just be honest, I'm going to do a lot of conquering. Most likely all 5 of these provinces, and then we have 3 provinces in Naples too. It's going to piss some people off, most likely. I might actually get my first coalition, finally. But I'm comfortable doing this, because it will allow me to fully take control of the Middle Sea here. We're going to take Aragon's islands, and we're just going to get completely rid of them. Then we start working on Portugal and keep on working on Castile, and of course England too will come soon enough. I have no idea what kind of tech England has taken so far. They've taken the administrative ideas too, so I don't have any concerns there. As you can see, they have exploration and expansion, so they're perfect for me. Spain has exploration, but they haven't actually taken any of the ideas yet. Maritime quantity, so again, Portugal is going to be the ones that will be doing the colonization for me, so I'm no threat or no concerns there. But for the time being, we have Hungary and Austria sieging the castle here, and we have a rather huge army of Savoy and Aragonese forces joining hands to come and get me here, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But if there's any bigger battles, I'll show you. If not, I'm just going to allow my friends here to do the work for me. I'll be back shortly. There we go. The armies actually went and got themselves crashed. They sieged Perigord and Armagnac on my side, but didn't actually get anything. For now, we're going to be taking, as you might imagine, we're going to be taking things from Savoy. War operations and money is on the scene, and hilariously enough, here the Neapolitan and Naples army is actually being a bit of a annoyance in the south. So I'm actually going to have to send my forces here to help out, I think, just to make it go smoother. And we're also actually saving a lot of, as you can see, manpower, and also basically everything. I can go ahead and upgrade my diplomatic tech again to level 5, basic financial instruments, and it will give you trade range plus 20 and trade efficiency plus 10%, which is good. And again, I will keep on upgrading my diplomatic power, because again, I'm getting a lot of everything right now. It's also national focus, of course, and I'll probably switch to administrative now pretty soon, but I'll just want to catch a little bit up in diplomatic tech before I do anything. And I'm going to wait probably until I'm about 900 before I do anything here. In terms of peace deal with Aragon itself, it's probably going to end up being this. It's a fairly large amount of area. Aragon, Castile, Burgundy, Provence, and Portugal are very likely to join the coalition again, but I'm truthful with most of them. Most of them, so it shouldn't be a problem. The overextension will definitely be a problem though, so we'll have to deal with that one way or another. And I'm probably also going to force these guys war operations, of course. And then we'll deal with things as they happen. I need a fleet. I'm going to need a fleet pretty soon, but I definitely need to beat Castile and Portugal in, well, single combat, if you will, at least once more before then. So currently we're just going to start fabricating claims on Portugal. Goal would be to have these 4 provinces, Branca, Porto, Coimbra, and Lisboa, all of them ready by the next war. So again, I'm just going to have to start fabricating claims. I will probably get spotted, get a little bit of aggressive expansion against me that way, but I should still be perfectly fine in dealing with the scenarios as they appear. Now, for the time being, I'll still keep one army in Aragon, and we'll keep it moving towards Naples, and I might just have to declare war on Portugal pretty soon. They're allied with Castile, which could be an issue, but I don't think it will be. Worst case scenario here is just going to have to break up the alliance too, which is very likely and probably going to be, to some degree, very, very, well, valuable. So I'm going to get rid of Provence too. Of course, it's going to happen actually pretty soon. I'm tempted to just do it now. Utrecht is not a threat. Provence can easily be conquered and annexed. They do have a very high development province though, which is going to be very, very costly to core, which is my biggest concern. But other than that, we should be fine, I dare say. So we'll have to see. But for now, we'll be moving our troops into the land here. And hopefully we can get some sieges done and just take in some land, basically. So I'll hang back, I'll try and recover the manpower up to maximum, and then we'll see what happens. I'll be back very soon. Well, this is bullshit. Castile, the Iberian wedding happened, and basically this means that the war ended in a white peace, which is, again, utter bullshit. If that happens, you should just be dragged into the war. The war should not end in a white peace. Especially considering the fact that my claims right now is going to, or are going to run out pretty much right away. And the war that I'm going to call or declare on Castile here is, or Portugal, is going to be a rough one, to say the least now. Naples, on the other hand, does not have an ally, but they do have a truce here that is going to keep them safe. That's going to not allow me to take the provinces. On the positive note, though, I can probably take local traditions with no fear in my heart. National tax modifier from my national ideas plus 10%, and national unrest -2 from my humanist ideas. I'm going to wait with ecumenism because I don't really need it right now. We're going to have these guys go home. But again, that should not end the war. To be perfectly honest, if anything, that should allow me to challenge that dynasty, to be perfectly honest. If Castile wants to save Aragon, they would have had to fight me. That is, again, one of the most infuriating things with this game. Usually if you vassalize someone, which is basically what happened here, by event, mind you, that is quite literally what happened, you would get punished for it by being dragged into war. Castile did not have that happen, probably because of the truce, but still I do find that infuriating. So we'll have to deal with that probably sometime later, but we should be fine even so. Now, in terms of war now, it's going to be kind of an awkward one. I'm probably just going to have to take the Aragonese provinces that I have claims on, so I can't really fabricate any more claims. I might be able to negotiate with Burgundy or Castile, break the alliance, at the very least bring Burgundy down to the point, Castile down to the point where the alliance will break on its own once the air changes, which could be possible. But even so, that truce is going to break basically everything that I've fabricated claims on so far, and that is going to be, at the very least, a little bit infuriating. But we'll have to see. But this means definitely that we're going to declare war as soon as the truce runs out in August, which means that I can only fabricate one more claim on Coimbra, but it should be probably still be alright to just wait and fabricate 2 of them, I think. We'll have to wait because this one's going to be a rough one either way. Again, it's just going to be Castile and Aragon that will be brought in, which means that my allies will be focused on one area only, which is positive. And I'm also considering just how much money I'm currently making. I should be perfectly fine and get rid of my mercenaries here. I'm probably adding 2 regular regiments to bolster my current ones. So let's create a template here with cannons. I'm just going to start adding them now. And for now, let's go for 4. 844, which will create a 16k or 16 regiment, which should be fine. Let's go. You know what? Let's just set up the base that I basically use here. This should be fine. It's 10 maintenance. We can afford this right now, especially with our war operations. Perfectly fine. And it's going to be the 20 basic army from now on. Again, the cannons aren't really done just yet, but it should be more than enough to, at the very least, give me a sizable army that can help, especially with sieges. So it will be interesting to see just how this would work out. But for the current time, we will sit back, wait for truce to end, fabricate a couple more claims. I want claims on everything that Portugal holds, because I'm going to make independent pieces with Portugal and Castile, definitely. And currently, as we can see here, Portugal doesn't actually have any nations just yet, so we'll have to just sit back and wait for a little while. As you can see, we also worked to the point where we can actually vassalize Connacht now, peacefully. So we'll do just that. Connacht is now our vassal, and we'll be using them to our advantage in beating England. And I have to see here now if this brings me close to Scotland. Distance between borders has not gone down a lot at all, so I have to deal with that later. But currently we are getting close to declare war on Portugal. Very, very close here. With once this one reaches the top, we'll be as close as we want to be, basically. And we'll start a claim fabrication and then we'll declare war, which is basically what we want here. Again, we're actually losing money already, which is not the best thing ever, but it seems to fluctuate a lot, so I guess it's fine. Let's go ahead, fabricate a last claim here on Lisbon itself, and we'll go ahead and declare war now, hopefully. It depends, of course, if my allies will join. I would dare say they will. Also will join, which is more than enough. Castile will be joining. Will not be considered co-belligerent. They are 1239 ducats in death. So basically, I've broken their nation already. And we'll declare war then. Because again, they can't really field that much of a troop with that much death. So it's going to be very interesting. In terms of what we're going to do here, I'm a little bit unsure, to be perfectly honest. I think we're going to place 24k army in this area here. We're going to focus on just containing, mostly, our enemies for now. And we're going to focus on basic beating Aragon Castile first, and then we can move on to the others afterwards. So we'll do this next time. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, and do you feel like, and I'll see you next time. Bye.